What can you tell us about warriors? We hear that a lot. What does that? What are they? And what can you tell us about it?
Ajagun, warriors, guerreros. Um, that consists of receiving an elegua, um, ogun pot, a cauldron with the tools, and also the bow and arrow, the symbol of Ochosi, along with a osum, which is a silver cup with a rooster with four bells, a osum, which represents Yori. And they're given to you in most, again, here we come back to the house rules versus culture and rules, but typically they're given to you in the Lukumi tradition. Some believe should be given to you by a Babalao. As I said, as the Ilekes are given to you by the Olorisha, not Babalao. You know, we have our certain roles, we have our certain things, but can an Olorisha make an Elegua? Yes. Can the warriors consist of Elegua, or some say an Eshu from a Babalao? And most Eleguas all Eleguas by Babalao should have the beads of Arumila to distinguish that was made by a Babalao. There is a load, a charge that goes inside that Elegua and is constructed and cemented and created its shape, eyes and ears and nose, with a blade and a pluma de loro, which is a red parrot feather. And then it is fed. Again, everything life gives life. So it's fed from another living Elegua, which is the one whose warriors that they're born from is the one who's going to be the godfather in that tradition, in regarding your warriors. And that is a whole step up from receiving your Ilekes, because you haven't Ilekes, you're not receiving Orisha. You're receiving the energy and the ashe of that Orisha. When you receive warriors, that is another step up. That means you have received an actual Orisha, which comes with its own protocols and responsibilities.
Well, what is the reason for receiving? Why would someone even want to receive their warriors? What's the benefit?
Well, along with same thing with the benefits of Ilekes. You're having those energies, you're having that protection, you're having that connection. And same thing with the warriors. First and foremost, you do get protection. You get a level of protection because you have an Elegua that is made solely for you and your purpose, and your destiny, and your roles, solely looking after your life. And Ogun and Ochosi along. When you see one, you see the other two. And it's protection as well. But they shouldn't be received, in my opinion, solely for the purpose of protection, or solely because someone has told you you had to receive them to solve your problems, to defeat witchcraft and all these other things that you feel is going on in your life. They should be received first and foremost, primarily because you want to get closer and develop another level of relationship and taking it to another level with your Orishas. And it's prepping you, and it's also paving way for you to receive other initiations. Because in the tradition of Orisha, across the board, Isheshe Lukumi, nothing can happen without Elegua and his will and taking care of him first. So in any initiation that you were to receive after that, you have to receive the warriors. So any initiation, whether it be Hana Bifa, whether you want to receive any initiations, Babalau, Olorisha, you have to have had as a prerequisite those warriors so they can pave way for the other initiations that are happening. So, and you can develop a relationship with a tangible Orisha Legua. You can start the connections and you can start moving forward. Um, how do you tend to them? There's many different ways and concepts and beliefs. But at the end of the day, typically I usually tell my god kids who receive their warriors that, and I would do it for them first. My little spiel is this: as they're receiving them in the moment, I'll tell them, okay, start counting out loud. They'll be like, okay. They'll be like, one. Right. So I grab a candle, light it, get a cigar, get a good smoke, down, take a bottle of rum, put it down, and I'll say, stop counting. It'll be like 33 seconds, 40 seconds. And I'll tell them, that's it. That's the bare minimum. That's what's required of you once a week. Some say it has to be on Mondays. Untrue. You pick a day that works for you. And if I tell you it takes 40 seconds, one time a week, 40 seconds, not out of the day, not out of a week. That's all it takes. And that is the connection you give him. You choose a day to start the week, whether it be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Some people at work, 15-hour days, shifts from, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I'm off Tuesdays. Can I do it on Tuesday? Absolutely. Can I give him more? Can I give him fruits? Can I do it twice a day? Can I do it? Yes, absolutely. I'm giving you the bare minimum. So when someone tells me, and I've told everybody the minimum, and I'll read them, and I'll be like, 4 months later or whatever, how are things with your warriors? You taking care of them? How are things going? I've been really, really, really busy. I haven't been able to attend to them. I'm going to start getting back. I'm going to start making some time. I've been working so much, like every day. It's been typical family. Wow, my dog ate it, aliens, and all this other stuff. Okay, I'll be like, okay. I don't chastise them. I don't warn them. Tell them they're going to get punished. I pretty much just, okay, that's your relationship with him. It's not saying Eligwa's not working for you. He's close to you or working you less than anybody else. Who knows? That's between you and him. But it's a relationship because you're dealing with a living, tangible Orisha. That's the difference. I always tell people you're not receiving a statue. I'll grab a statue. I've had this statue for 20 years. 30 years I've had this statue. When I was 16. It's sacred to me. It's holy to me. But it's just a statue. When you have Eligwa, you say Ago with permission because it's a living thing. Ago with permission. So it's a relationship. No one's going to tell you how to have a relationship with your parent. No one says you don't talk to your mom every day. You don't visit her every weekend. No, you know what I mean? When's the last time you seen your mom? Well, my mom, I did. Well, that's a relationship. Your relationship with God and your relationship is to you. How close you are is up to you. Some say, oh, don't spoil him, because then when you really want something, he's not going to give it to you. I've seen heavy, long-term Babalawo say this. Not to my God kids. I'll tell my God kids, listen, at the end of the day, you choose how you want to be with him. You can love him unconditionally or you can love him conditionally. That's up to you. At the end of the day, I can just tell you from my experience, I love my Eligwa like there was no tomorrow. When I received him, when I was a young boy, I gave him everything and anything every single day. I talked to him. I communicated to him. I would see a car. It was red and black. Man, thought of him right away. Bought it for him. Candies, think of him. Halloween, he gets his own little bag. Come home. We went Halloween. We went trick-or-treating. What's up? Give him a piece of cake. Always remembering him. And there's a long story between me and him that Lengua. It was to a point where uh, they were like, this person's Lengua in the house is gonna leave and go with you. Um, before I had received mine, and then when I received mine, it was like every reading for the next 10 years from my godmother, who gave me readings with the D Lagoon. Elegua defended me every single reading. Um, I always tell the story that he was so with me. I had went to this widow south side of Chicago, teenager, didn't really know anybody. I went with my godmother, of course, and I'm going in the back, and I walked to the back. I had my hands in my pocket, didn't know anybody, didn't know anything, and I walked to the back porch. It's the classic scene: a bunch of sanderos sitting on the porch on the stairs, smoking cigars, and this guy, his name was Manolo at the time. He says, "Like you." He was saying in Spanish. At the time, my Spanish was less than it is now. And he said, "You." And he said, "Elegua loves you a lot." And they had to tell me. They were like, "He says that Elegua loves you a lot." And I go, "Wow." I said, "Yeah, he does." I was like, "You have my shade." He goes, "A lot." And then he went on talking. It was like that. When I went to Crown Shango, Elegua said, Shango owns your head from birth. He can have that. I can't do nothing about that. But I own your body. So from the neck down, I own you. So you say you have two fathers. That came out of Nita, and that's how my point is, that's how my relationship with Ele was, because we was one, man. That's when I had nothing, I leaned on him and he leaned on me. We have a very beautiful relationship, and I love him unconditionally. And there's been some other people that I talk to, so I only give Ele he knows how we do it. When I really want something, he knows. I promise him I'm going to give him these special cakes, and that's how we do it. He gives it to me, and he gets it. But if he don't give it to me, I don't give it to him. Like, hey, you know what I mean? That's cool. You know what I mean? But it's like two kids, right? They go to their parents, they go to their grandma, two grandkids, two brothers, let's say, and one is always going to the grandma, checking on her, weekly, bringing her, some food. Every now and then, take her to the doctor, checking on her maybe every other day, stopping in, you okay? Maybe having a little tea, coming in, checking on the grandma all the time. And the other one comes in once a month, brings her some food, hangs out and talks, says, "I really need some help. Grandma, I need, my car broke down." And grandma says, "Sure. Mijito, here you go. Some money. Thank you. I really need your help. No problem." And next month, "Oh, I really need help on this. I need some money to pay this bill. They're going to shut off my phone." And blah, 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 blah. Here you go. And comes and brings her food. Now, the other one has been going there every week, checking on her every day, taking her to the doctor, taking her to get groceries. When that child asks her for something, it's going to hit different. It's going to be absolutely. You know what I mean? So if you're giving Elegua things only when you want something, that's between you and him. But the one who's giving him things unconditionally just because, when that child needs something, even if you don't have it to give, Elegua is like, "I got you." So that to me is how to attend, but I'm not going to tell anybody how to love or respect Elegua. And if at the end of the day you end up not wanting this tradition or religion anymore, the proper thing to do is bring them back to your elder and give it to out of respect, if at all possible. I've had people call me and say, "I'm no longer in contact with my elder. This happened and this happened. They moved, I can't locate him. He's betrayed me," or whatever. I don't want nothing to do with this. I'm born again in another religion. Can you, I don't know, my godparent, I want to dispose of them respectfully. Can you take them? I said, "Absolutely, I'll take them in." You know what I mean? You know, and some just throw them away. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to judge them. They may have come to the consciousness or their own way of saying this religion is fake and this religion is no good and this has all been a big mistake. This is evil. So they're not going to respect it as such. In their eyes, there's nothing, and they would just throw it away. Others will say, well, I don't want it anymore. I'll just put them in the river. You know, but the best, it's like a good, better, and best. Bring them back to the elder who gave it to you. Okay.